And hello, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Johnny Baghead, as always. Hang on, I feel like my face is a bit. My bag face. There we go. Alright, so. Forgot there was words to say there. So, yeah, I started out doing a lot of Silent Hill stuff, and I haven't done Silent Hill in a while. But I think I was getting the itch. Um. Don't know why. Let's just say that the idea of being locked in a room isolated from the outside world is, I don't know, just rings, just seems familiar. Just an idea. Um, but my history, so this is one, much like Silent Hill, similar history with Silent Hill 3 here, where I've watched people play Silent Hill 4 a lot when I was younger, but I've never finished it myself, and I don't think I've seen it all the way through. I have a lot of specific memories of the first level and of the final boss, and not much else. So, who knows how this is going to go. I'm going to let this play. No, we're not doing hard, don't worry. Again, the only reason we did hard with Silent Hill 2 was just because I played it enough and found it easy on normal. I do want to say, this intro, I do really like this intro. And though I still think there are really good things about this game, I do think this intro makes the game look a lot better than it actually is. We'll talk about more about how this is a weird one. But I wanted to talk about this because I actually remember when I used to get the official UK PlayStation magazines. Specifically, this would be official PlayStation 2 magazine UK. They came with the preview demo discs, and one of them had this opening movie on. I'm going to turn it down. Yeah, there we go. I think that's better. We'll turn it down like that. But this, I'm pretty sure it was this. If it wasn't this, it was a very similar cut of this trailer. Because when you watch it, it plays more like a E3 trailer than it does a tracked mode. Maybe we'll see. If there's a part where... But yeah, oh, there's still some of that buzzing coming through. Okay, I might have to look into that later on, but it's very infrequent. Yeah, this bit's pretty quiet. Yeah, it might not have been exactly that, but I do remember watching it a lot. There was a version of that trailer in a PlayStation demo disc I used to get. But this is a very weird one. It came out a year, I think technically not even a whole year after Silent Hill 3. And that's because it wasn't made by the main Team Silent members. It was what you could affectionately call like the B team of just people who had worked on various Team Silent games, but most of the time hadn't done lead roles or been assistants or things like that. And it is a weird game, as we'll find out. But let's just start. We'll start for now, and then we can talk more about what it's like as a game as we get through it. Oh, just gonna move some stuff there. Brightness. I'm not using color correction today, but I think it should look okay. I've just got the actual in-game brightness up a decent amount. It was 2 years ago that Henry Townsend, that's a weird one, moved into room 3. No, I didn't even read all that. But 5 days ago, something strange happened. He began to have a reoccurring dream each night. One other thing, he couldn't leave room 302. But yeah, there's a weird one. I did just load up this part just to make sure it was working and everything. I will mention, so this is a family copy that's been passed down to me. And it's not too marked up, but I cannot promise. I don't think it'll be an issue. But I'm hoping it should play all the way through. This is a physical version. I should mention we are playing on an actual PlayStation 2. This is... let's see, what's with this room? It's covered in blood and rust. This is my room! What the hell's happened to it? This room. Is it really my room? Wow, there's a lot. It's in terrible shape. The air is so heavy. My head hurts. This is my bed. Okay, now he's just decided now this must be my room. But yeah, this was made not 100% concurrently, I think, but mostly alongside Silent Hill 3. I don't think many people who worked on Silent Hill 3 worked on this, but there are some assets borrowed from Silent Hill 3, and I think actually Silent Hill 2. There's one... What the fuck? Okay. Sorry about that. My head's so heavy. This photo, it's filthy. What was there before? This scenery, I know I've seen it before. Oh, okay. This is going to be weird to explain. So right now I'm looking around with the right stick. But the first person controls here, which you might be able to change. Let me see if I can change them right now. Where was it? There was an option for it. Or is it something weird where you can only change the... Yeah, you can't change it. So yeah. So this is the weird thing. Is that even though they've got like full look view on the right stick, they still have turn in on the left stick. So I mean, there's no reason to strafe when you're in first person because it's only in this one area. It just confused me. All right, so let me see if I can activate it again. Yeah, so I feel like a fucking nerd that I remember. That sound effect's from Silent Hill 2. It plays when you do the... Yeah, what's the puzzle? It's the hand... It's not the... There's two of them, so I'm trying to think what to describe it, but it's the puzzle you use to get the horseshoe in the historical society, like underground, when you're in that big open area and you can hear the horse, and you put the three panels in, and it makes the noose come down, and that's the scream you hear. Okay, I'll get used to this turn-in. Okay, oh, what's he want to look at? There we go. My head hurts. I don't remember putting up this photo. This church. Okay, doesn't have a lot to say about that one. Okay. There are all sorts of dusty items here. What the hell? None of it's mine. Okay, it's kind of hard to see. I think that's a picture of Angela from Silent Hill 2 as well. This photo, was it here before? My head. Got a bad head, this guy. Seen this lighthouse before. That's weird. My red typewriter is gone. It's not that concerned. Well, he's a little concerned. The window. I can't get it open. You also can't see through it. I'm trying to figure out what this picture's supposed to be, but it's got a weird reflection. Because he's mentioning the scenery, but if you look... But... There we go. Well. Oh. Nope, that's just where we just were. I would say this was still a really interesting idea for Silent Hill to do. Let's see. The door is shut for good. We'll see what to make of it. Yeah, doesn't want to wash his hands. Not interested in food in all. Let's see. I thought I moved this, but now it's back where it was. Creepy. Looks like a face. Yeah, it's just a face on the wall. It's part of an old picture book. There once was a baby and a mother who were connected by a magical cord. But one day the cord was cut, and the mother went to sleep. The baby was left all alone. But the baby made a lot of friends at Wish House, and everyone was very nice to him. The baby was happy. It's ripped here and I can't read anymore. Oh well. Anything else to check out? I know one issue is, you know, they did this. Yep, can't get it open. The first person stuff? Well, not my books. Don't even know what this is. Where did this big TV come from? Okay. Oh, 2004, huh? That TV's considered big? I thought I had a record player here. Like, the CRT the old CRT that I brought, it's a lot bigger than this. What's this? I don't think for a CRT that's big. Like, look at the scale. That's a chair. Like, oh, here we go. Well, yeah, but I'm at this period of time. We'll talk about it more. Oh dear. I don't think you want to rent a room where the dude's gonna crawl through your walls. Here we go. Yeah, it's the landlord. Oh, God damn it. Mr. Papanopoulos. I don't have rent for this month. Fucking. Oh. So yeah, still got Yamaoka. I know Imamura, I think he did something big. I'm bad with the names. It's kind of interesting about Yamaoka becoming producer, because he openly admits that he had barely any actual involvement in production outside of doing the music. He even said with Silent Hill 4 he already had most of the music in mind before he even started doing the music. Like, most of the time he's like, oh yeah, the developers just send me the cutscenes and game footage and then I just write music and audio.
Oh man. What a dream.
Alright, so this is the start of one of the weird things. It's just Henry. Henry's a weird dude. And I don't mean weird in the same way that other characters in Silent Hill are. He's just, I think the attempt was they wanted him to be... Okay, so it's a thing that I see some people say, no, this is not what video games are about, but when you play a video game, you're supposed to be taking on the person you're playing. Like, that's you in all essence. Like, they might not be exactly like you, but you're pretending to be them, essentially. And heck, I think that's something that games have gone away from, actually, now that most video game protagonists just talk out loud to themselves all the time and constantly remind you that, well, you're not actually them, you're not going through this story, you just happen to be the one doing the movement. And you know, because I specifically remember reading in one of those PlayStation magazines where I think it was supposed to be like a bit they thought was funny, where they were saying, oh, why do you characters not freak out when they see all this scary stuff? And it's like, well, because you're supposed to freak out, not the character, because you're the character. And with 2 and 3, there was, you know, a lot more involvement in who those characters were in the story. Whereas, as far as I know, Henry is just kind of wrong place, wrong time guy in this story. So he's a very blank slate in this. And I think he's probably a bit too blank of a slate. But it kind of makes me just, like, it makes him a bit endearing. It's that lake in Silent Hill. I went sightseeing there a few years ago. This reminds me, there was someone linked a screenshot from a Facebook poll where they're asking people like, hey, do you think the town is functioning, or do you think it's been abandoned? And it's like, well, look, the games constantly say it's a working town. People go there all the time. I like this photo because it really captures the beauty and tranquility of the trees and lake there. I put this up on the wall right after I moved here. Alright, let's see. This is my bed. This is my bed. I don't know if there's been any interviews about it. Oh, here we go, got cutscene. I don't want to be too harsh on this, but I think we will, as we play through this, we'll notice things. If like, It's still leagues more authentic than any of the Western Silent Hill games managed to do, but you do see. Oh, thought you said it wasn't working, mate.
Hello?
Help me.
What?
The cord's cut.
The cord's cut.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. I think he's very literally supposed to be very approachably like, oh, this is what you would think like. Oh, okay, you can actually call numbers. Uh, Never mind. That number apparently you can't call. Oh yeah, that's that's oh, that's the return number, isn't it? Star 6 9. No, I think it wants a certain amount of digits. Okay. There are a lot of small items here, but none of them are particularly interesting. Isn't this your own fucking desk? Henry! It's a brand new scrapbook. You can view the contents of the scrapbook by pressing the triangle button. Nah, still don't have anything. It's just a quick shot I took in downtown Silent Hill. It's a nice tourist town, about half day's drive from here. Oh, well, there we go. It's a photo of the lighthouse near the lake in Silent Hill. It feels a bit lonely for a tourist town, but it's a nice place to relax and heal your soul. I will so I think this is one of the things that's known about this game is they tried to place some dates to previous games in this one, whereas before they would never explicitly say, "Oh, this is the year this is in," and things like that. But this game does, though I'm told it kind of. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It kind of confuses things and the placement of things. But I think with this one, they place it in the early 2000s. I don't remember what Henry's job is. So maybe the whole gimmick with him is just he's has to live in like this really ghetto apartment. Just go look around. Oh, it's the bathroom. Don't feel like washing my face right now. Oh dear. I mean ghetto in more like maybe old school's more the thing, but I mean more as in despite the era, it's filled with stuff that's like a few decades old. Yep, just a normal bathroom, and he doesn't want to wash. It's just tip stuff you find around, nothing interesting. Alright. Yep, there we go. That's still awesome. Alright, let's check some stuff out. I don't really feel like cooking right now. Doesn't want to wash. It's rather stay dirty. Oh, what are we got here? There's chocolate milk here. I'm gonna leave it for now because I know we don't need it. Can we close it though? Or is he just gonna leave it open? Fine, we'll take it. Very sweet. It was in the refrigerator home. White wine. Fine. It'll break eventually if I keep using it as a weapon. Okay. He's just going to leave the door open. What is wrong with you, dude? Oh, there we go. Now he closes it. You have to walk away from it to close it. Okay, I have this furniture. I've had this furniture since before I moved here 2 years ago. Fair enough. It's a photo of me as a kid, and then when I graduated from high school. That's nice. The main power is off, so even if I press it, nothing happens. I'm trying to think what the size of that CRT is. When I say like him calling it large is funny, I think it's because that was the standard size for CRTs around this time, and especially when this game would be set. I got this photo from Frank Sunderland, the superhero at South Ashfield Heights. So obviously that name's familiar. Well, that's the thing. Japan. I'd expect would be. That's maybe why that line's like that, just because their rooms are so small. That's why they phrase it that way. Oh, well, there we go. A little weird. You don't say it. Normally, I'm used to they say something about the save points, but I guess Henry's got nothing to say. Yeah. But yeah, this first person thing was a really interesting idea to have this area like this. No. I think the main complaint you could say here is that some of the assets look really good for first person, and some, like this picture here, don't. Oh. Oh yeah, I remember this being cool. Of just, you would never see something like this in the previous Silent Hill games. I don't know if it comes through on the stream, but I will say playing this game through Component on HD TV, you do notice that all the pedestrians are like very low poly, aside from the main one there, and are animated like very different. I think on the CRT you wouldn't really notice this, but it's just still cool because it's something. Yeah, like I said, I think for me it looks a bit, but it's only because I've got such a crisp view, and I've probably within the stream compression and stuff and noise compression. But it is a really interesting twist because you never saw populated stuff before, and I like the twist of like, well, here it is, but because it's what's going on, it's out of reach. You can never get to it. You're locked out from seeing it. It's like the world's passing you by. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the big view. You can see into the other apartments as well. Oh, listen. Trying to remember if there's a zoom, because these other people you see, I know there is some importance to them. Nah, we can't zoom. Okay. Alright, there we go. Looks like a scrap for some book. Man, this thing looks like it was written ages ago. Through the ritual of the Holy Assumption, he built a world. It exists in a space separate from the world of our Lord. More accurately, it is within, yet without the Lord's world. Well, that's the thing. I think you technically are trying to break it, but you can't. I think there's some text coming on when he mentions like stuff won't break. Unlike the world of our Lord, it is a world in extreme flux, unexpected doors or walls, moving floors, odd creatures, a world only he can control. Anyone swallowed up by that world will live there for an eternity, undying. They will haunt that realm as a spirit. How can our Lord forgive such an abomination? This part of the book is too damaged to read. It is important to travel lightly in that world. He who carries too heavy a burden will regret it. So that's a hint about one of the big gameplay changes in this one. Yep, that radio sucks. Is we have limited inventory now. I brought these books with me when I moved in 2 years ago, but I haven't touched them since. That's very relatable. Yep, this chest could hold a lot of stuff. Yep. I'm going to put these away for now because I'm pretty sure we don't actually need them. It's weird. A few days ago, the power to my TV and my VCR just cut out ever since I started having those nightmares. Okay, well now he's not claiming it's huge. And also he claimed in his nightmare he said it was a record player. Oh well. Can we check the clock? Yep, clock stopped working a few days ago. I think that's a little hint about it as well. Alright, well here we go. "5 days ago. That's when I first had the nightmare. Haven't been able to get out of my room since then. The phone doesn't work, the TV doesn't work, I can't even get anybody to hear me when I yell. My whole world has suddenly turned insane. My doors change up, the windows are sealed shut, and on top of that, someone chained the door from the inside. How am I going to get out of here? Don't go out, Walter."
What the hell?
That's odd.
What's going on here?
Alright, oh, here we go. I do remember this bit. Yep. This, again, I think is one of the coolest parts of this game.
Oh man. Hope my luck changes before the party.
Well. What was that? What was that? Alright, well, want to check some things. My shoes. Don't need to change them right now. What's this? I do like that touch. Mum. Oh, I like that's written. That's English, Mum. For some reason. Mum, why won't you wake up? I don't know, mate. Nothing to see here. Okay. But there's little hints about it. Henry doesn't right out come and say it, but you know he mentions he's been in here for 5 days, no one can hear him and things like that. But he's not hungry, and time seems to have seamlessly stopped, almost like you know, it's like nothing, like something separate's going on with him. It's a nice touch. Okay, that mirror is working. It's just that weird angle.
What the hell? Somebody in if I can get out this way.
Oh. We're hearing stuff. Sewage pipe's broken too. Yep, give me that pipe. Yeah, steel pipe. Okay, it's a working mirror, but I guess because they don't have a first-person model, they just stop you from going this way to be able to see your reflection. Alright, well here we go. This hole is our goal. I will say this is... I don't think it's specifically from this. And I don't know where it's from, but it reminds me of... I was watching some documentary years ago. It was some nature documentary about like gophers or squirrels, but some animal that burrows and makes tunnels like this all underground. And the guy decided to crawl in them with a camera to show them off. And he has so little room, like it's this tight, and he's he's able to bring a camera in there and crawl out. And I think the idea of getting trapped in something like this, like if you like try to crawl through a tunnel like that and get out, like really freaked me out. And granted, I think that's something like everyone to some extent feels, but just that whole, well, not the whole, but you know, the idea of being stuck in a space that, well, no, that's just going, no, well, that's the issue. It's the thing of like, oh, if you had to crawl, you know, say you were in a cave and it's like, oh, the only way to go through here is to crawl through this space that's that small, and then you get stuck trying to get out because you can't fit in the way you could only fit in going in one way. Okay, we're gonna get a lot of what the hell's out of this guy. But still, it's a really unsettling idea. And I think just seeing that clip of that guy just so brazenly like, oh yeah, let's check out these like gopher holes. Just really... Okay, what's up, Rabbi? Okay, so there is... This is quite a different game. Yeah. Well, that's an important thing to mention. That he goes through the hole and then he wakes up in this new place. It's a big pipe. This looks like the Southfield. This looks like the South Ashfield subway station I can see from my apartment. But it's all wrong. This shouldn't be here. So yeah, there was a lot of conventions and controls and style that they threw out for this game. So I will mention from the forefront, and I'm surprised there still seems to be debate about this, but multiple people from Team Silent said that Silent Hill 4 originally started out not as a Silent Hill game. That it was, you know, it took inspiration, but it wasn't supposed to directly be Silent Hill 4, and then eventually became Silent Hill 4. And there's like multiple quotes of this, including an interview with Eurogamer back from 2004, where someone asks the dev saying, hey, there was a rumor this game wasn't Silent Hill 4, and I think it's Inamura straight up replies, you're right, it wasn't. And I don't know if that's part of it, but also a lot of things were changed. It's a shame because I don't want to directly blame them. Well, The name sells. That might be part of it, but I think more than anything, I think they were just concepting stuff until they realized, oh, this could work for Silent Hill. Was more the idea. But yeah, you know, there's bits of rushing with it as well. But I don't want to blame them all on this, but this was around the time where reviewers just decided that a lot about survival horror games just wasn't good anymore for some reason. They were like, hey, tank controls aren't good anymore. So that's the first thing. This game doesn't use tank controls. This is 2D movement. And a lot of stuff that used to be in Silent Hill's not here. There's no radio. There's no flashlight. It's not necessarily that makes it bad, but there is a lot of this game changes things that weren't broke. I like he doesn't even know what that is. We'll talk about like the pros and cons of it as we go through. But the control method, I'll just say up front, is inferior because it isn't. There's no tank control option. It means that if there's any like very sharp camera changes. Oh yep, these are all locked. Or things like that. I like this though. Check this out. We've got a map, even though we've not picked up a map, which is something you know. Yeah, so there you go. There's a button that will change the camera for you. But if I was running, so, you know, there's like a little bit of camera control here. But as soon as I do this, now I'm holding down, yeah, this is the issue you get. Like, the reason why Henry's turning around on his own is because I'm holding down. Yeah. So this is... If you wanted a game to demonstrate why 2D controls like this don't work in games with fixed cameras, this is the game you would show them. Because they've... Oh yeah, Lynch Street Line and the Kin Street Line. Is this really South Ashfield Station? But because there's an attempt to copy and redo... Oh, my bloke's tired. Because there's an attempt to do... you know, the traditional camera style of Silent Hill, though there are some places where it's not implemented very well. Surprise is an option. Again, I think this was the time where reviewers were coming out. Oh, that was weird. Sorry, I'll talk about it in a sec. This was the time where reviewers were coming out and saying, oh, we think these controls are bad. We don't like them. We think they're bad, they're hard to use, or they're too limiting. But so at some point games just were like, well, we'll just give you this. It's Haunting Ground's a similar thing. And I think Clock Tower 3 as well, where it's just like they just don't give you the tank control option. Because they were just like, it's a shame. There's just this weird part where the industry just suddenly decided these controls are bad, they don't work for these things. But they can work really well. It's more just about design. Like, you just have to design them well.
Who are you?
Okay, here we go, some cutscene stuff.
What's your name?
A lot of people think it, but I don't think they know it. Is the way I'm going to put it. It sounds a bit snobby.
This is my dream, and you don't even know my name. It's Cynthia.
Your dream.
That's right. This is just a dream. And a really terrible one, too. I hope I wake up soon.
So you think this is a dream, huh?
Well, if it's not a dream, what is it? Anyway, I want to get out of here, but I can't find the exit. Say, will you help me find it? I'm kinda scared all alone. I'll do a special favor for you later. It's just a dream, so I might as well have some fun.
That it's a cool scene, but actually really important for the way this game works and the you know, the nightmare otherworld, quote unquote, like idea in here. This game tells it in a probably a more confusing way than it needs to. But like there's an important thing about how much characters talk about the world feeling dreamlike. Oh, here we go.
Wait a minute. I think I'm gonna puke.
Hmm. Oh, the gentleman. Well, it'll come up a few times. I do think some of the sound it's weird. It's still Yamaoka doing the sound design, but it's like that's such a public domain Jaguar noise. That's used in so much media. And alright. Well, let's leave those dogs out of it. Well, it's obviously the scary thing they're supposed to be, oh, that's not what a dog sounds like. And all that. But it's like it's again, you hear that sound effect in so much media. Like when I think of it, I think of there was a fucking quote unquote wrestler in the Attitude Era in WWF called the Cat, and she had that exact sound at the start of her theme song, and it's used in so much stuff. Like imagine if a glass broke in this and it was fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin's like glass breaking sound effect. Alright, time to enter the hole. Cynthia wasn't here. Right, here we go. Time to get out of the hole. Yeah, it's a simple man, simple pleasures. Sees a hole, gotta check it out.
What? Another dream. But it seems so real. Or could it be? Was I really inside that woman's dream? Oh, that's just stupid. What am I thinking?
I don't know. Alright, only difference here. Oh, we didn't look out these windows before, I don't think. Oh, wait, weird. That's weird. I guess this is the other side, but it looks very similar to the first side. Yep, no one hears me. From what I remember, this game starts a bit slower as well. Maybe just because it was so different, they wanted to introduce the concepts a bit different. Alright, well, let's see if there's anything here. Nope, just the hands. It's very weird. That's the oh, I thought I just strafed there. No, I guess not. Oh, let's just try and look through the window. Weird. Now I can't look through it. That's odd. Maybe it's because I'm not close enough? There we go. Yeah, okay. It is slightly different. See what's going on in these windows. Wish you could zoom in here. It's even with the component, it's kind of hard to see what's going on. So it's kind of funny that because in the real world, you wouldn't really see people, you know, like sitting right in front of their window, so people can just check out what they're doing. Yeah. Huh? That's weird. Somebody moved it. Who could have done it? Oh yeah, cats. The only people who hand in front windows cats. Yeah. Well, heck, even my cat loves it. Yeah, pistol. Pistola. There's a message carved in here. It looks like they use an ice pick or something. The faint hope I had is slowly changing to despair. I've somehow managed to funnel this far, but no matter what I do, I can't get any further. The hallway, the windows, the walls. It feels like this room is stuck in another dimension. Aline never noticed. The wine bottle. I I guess it's marked as a weapon, so I guess that's what it is. It's just I guess it's there for emergencies. Maybe it can be used in a puzzle. We'll see. Does it? I wonder. Maybe it's just as a joke then. Oh.
Where did I put that damn broom? Oh, there it is.
I was gonna make fun of that, but I'm pretty sure I've done something similar where I've been looking for something and it's just right in front of me. Where is it? Where's that? Oh, it's there. Oh, look, there's Robbie. I'm gonna say I find that funny. That his only phone is in his bedroom. Huh. I might have to look into that. I don't know if the game audio is coming through in Yeah. Okay. I might have to fix that because I've realised that the game audio isn't coming through in stereo. Even though the channel, I'm pretty sure I've got the I've got my mic input set. Oh no, here we go. Whoops. This is weird. Maybe I just plugged it in wrong. But you're hearing that. That's coming through in your left ear, right? Or is that coming through in your right ear? Oh, well that's wrong. Okay. Okay, let me fix that then. Which cable is that? Well, yeah, you would only... Hang on. Okay. So... Actually, you know, I'm just going to BRB. Let me check something. Maybe I... Yeah, I think I know what might have happened now. Oh. Won't be long. Okay, no. Sorry. Hang on, I'll explain this. I'm a bit confused why there was an issue there. Because I checked. The audio channel fin on my capture card, the audio going in, that's set to the right color left and right. And the output that I have going to my mixer, because I'm not capturing the audio. This is the thing I've changed, is that originally I had my mic audio and the game audio as separate channels in OBS. But so that I can hear myself and monitor it better, I now have it set that I've got game audio coming into my mixer with my microphone. But here's the thing. So the left-right colors on the capture card were right, and the ones coming out were right, and the ones going into my mixer, those are the right colors, and the ones coming out of the mixer are the right colors. But for some reason, I had to reverse them. I had to plug the red into the white and the white into the red. For some reason, they were flipped. Beforehand, I did mess up. I had the mono turned on, which I think was from an earlier stream where my mic was only coming through in one channel. Whatever. I fixed it now. But for some reason, the...
Where did you go? Hurry! Save me! If you need a token, there's one here.
Oh. But yeah, for some reason, the red-white cables coming out of my mixer, I had to flip them. But I'll have to test some other stuff, because it shouldn't be like that. Unless they've mislabeled them, or it's something weird with my USB thing where it's flipping the channels. That's very odd. I don't know how to explain that. Oh, do you hear that? That might not actually. Hang on, let me turn the game up. Yeah, that was very quiet. There's like a scraping sound. Oh, there we go. It's a lot louder now. But we could hear that in the bedroom as well. Who's scraping? Oh, she's sweeping. Oh, yeah, because she dropped something earlier. I like that, because it was it really freaked me out, and it's just... That's all she was doing. Maybe it's in a later cutscene, but I remember being able to bang on the door. Well, again, I like subtitles because it picks up sounds you can barely hear. It depends on how they're implemented. Because admittedly, I think that being that quiet and potentially missable was kind of on purpose. Maybe that must be certain cutscenes then, but I wasn't able to bang on the door there. I'm just gonna save here. But we'll talk about it a bit more, but there's a lot of confusion with this game. In its story where so we've talked about this in my other streams, but the whole deal with Silent Hill, and it's kind of funny because I was doing some reading between the last time I streamed a Silent Hill game, and it's in their like official supplementary material. They straight up say, "Hey, in Silent Hill 1, the town gets transmogrified into the nightmare." It's you don't go anywhere. The town doesn't get sucked up anywhere. The town gets transmogged, which has a very specific meaning. But this game is a little confusing because it will talk about the nightmare as a dream, and then later on it'll talk about it being a world or a dimension, and it does get very confusing. But as we go in more, you'll see like the repeated patterns of. Oh, I forgot to check this room. There are tools and fins underground. Yep, there are definitely fins. So look around. Yep, don't need to clean your clothes. And I talk about this with people who get really hung up on the whole like, hey, Silent Hill happens. How comes the real world doesn't get messed up? How comes there aren't people around and no one remembers the nightmare happening in the town? And the main thing is, first off, it's like, hey, you not knowing those answers is supposed to be scary, because if you knew, there'd be an explanation. You'd understand what was going on, and you're not really.
Police arrested a Mr. Saguru Murakashi after he was discovered naked, urinating from the top of a utility pole in North Asheville.
What? Okay. Ew. Thank you for that. Oh, public urination is no joke. It's a real crime, damn it. Alright. Alright, well, let's enter the hole. Enter the hole. But yeah, as we go through this game more, you'll see more what it's saying about dreamlike stuff. But what I was gonna say, with the room, you notice there's a lot of comment of like, hey, the clocks have stopped. I don't need a wash. I'm not hungry. I'm not using the bathroom and things like that. I forgot about that. Oh, that's good. Some kind of mannequin. It's got a coin in its hand. Lynch Street line coin. Train token for the subways. Lynch Street line can be used any number of times. Some kind of mannequin. Creepy. Sort of reminds me of Cynthia. That's good. But yeah, there you go. Shifting camera angle stuff here. It's not amazing for this control style. We'll still get through it. There we go. So yeah, we've got quite a different like combat system here. Now it's no longer pressure sensitive, but we have a 3-button combo. Then we have a meter. Where you do more power and you have an actual health bar now. Though you could unlock a health bar you could look at in Silent Hill 3. I can't remember if you can turn this off or not. Let me check. Yeah, you can. Oh, but it hides automatically. So actually, no, you can't turn it off. It's just, it disappears in certain scenes. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but it's, you know, it's kind of, it was more interesting, you know, it like not having this UI stuff in front of the game. Like, someone would argue that maybe this is better because you can swap weapons without having to pause the game and thing. But I don't necessarily think having to swap weapons in a pause screen is that bad either. Oh. Yeah, it does, but now, you know, like we have a power meter. Oh. This is my first time doing combat, so... Okay, I'm gonna change it later. I think I might change it so that the default is to run. Oh. Because with this new control scheme, yeah. Okay, that's how you dodge. Are they dead? Okay, I think they're dead. Okay, I don't think I looked in the male toilets. Let's see. No, we didn't. Okay, yeah, so the thing I was going to change is this. I think with how this game controls different and with the combat, that it makes, it's kind of weird. You can still walk a little bit using the analog. Yep, no one here. Okay, I'm really sure that these models are just taken from Silent Hill 2, these urinals. I'm pretty sure they're taken from like the toilet in the first room. Okay, there is something weird with the movement. It's a little hard to explain, but you can't turn on a dime if you're moving. I know, but these urinals specifically, I'm pretty sure were taken from that opening cutscene, because you do see them quite up close. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, obviously, because, you know, you've got the asset. It's not like you have to make a new toilet. But yeah, there's a... See, it's... Okay, you see, that's kind of hard to explain, but if I'm running... Or even if you're walking, if you, like, push the stick, go from up to down, he does... Yeah, he does that weird kind of turn. Because I do remember it being described as, like, a weird hybrid... Oh god. It's noisy over there. It's a payphone, but it's broken. Oh, that's why. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is not... Combat's not going amazing for me so far. There we go. Yeah, it's... blurry textures, huh? Yeah, it's really hard to explain. But if you want to turn around, you have to kind of stop. Otherwise, Walter will take these, like, big turns. If he's, like, running at full speed, he can't, turn as quick. Hang on, I might have gone backwards. Slippery's not the right... Oh. Some weird stuff going on over there. Okay. Okay, nothing doing there. So I get... No, so I'll tell you that right now, the chocolate milk is not a healing item. Straight, because it's a food item. No? Well, what are these for? Oh, there we go. Use on the wrong thing. But I think... I will say that is weird, yeah. We've not found any healing items. Oh god. Keep away from those guys. I do think... what's going on here? Strange vending machine. It says 1-8 on it. But the persistent threat is an interesting idea. There we go. Of those guys chasing you around. There's a button here. Oh. Oh, it's wet in here. Okay, we must have to go back then. Okay, well, we got her back, but she's not saying anything. Let me check my map. Huh. Wonder where we're supposed to go from here. Oh, I'm gonna move the mic a bit. Let's see. Just get my bearings. Okay. Guessing she's supposed to come up. Yeah, still don't know what to do with that. Well, I've got it back. I just don't know where we're supposed to be going right now. And she's not saying anything. Oh, weird. All those doors seem to be locked. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. She's not even coming through. Well, that's a sign. If she's not following through this way... Okay. I have to remember that. Controls were a little odd there. Weird stuff. Yep. Oh, well, that's a dead end. Okay. You gotta get away from me, freaky man. Oh. Okay. Oh, this is sometimes the problem when you pick a game and you've not played it before and you don't 100% know what you're doing. Okay, what are our options? Door shut tight there. Oh, this is different. I don't think we checked these before. Oh, some weird sounds going on here. There's a toy box here. It has 1008 written on it. It's locked and I can't open it. Okay, before I do that, I just want to go back, make sure I've yeah, okay. Do the Chad walk for a bit. What the hell? And the game cycles. Yeah, that's another big sticking point with this game. That they... Oh, that you go back to every area twice. I do know at some point in the game you get more stuff that lets you deal with the ghosts better. I do remember in that PlayStation magazine when there would also be gameplay demos. Not you could play, but videos of gameplay. And a lot of them were just someone fighting the ghost, which is really funny because you can't kill them. So I don't know why they filmed footage of it. Oh. Well, I'm not doing good at all. I know, yeah, you can stun them. I know you can also, you get something later on that just straight up lets you, like, pin them to the ground and deter them and things like that. But from what I remember of this demo, I think they were using the gun. But they were spending, like, a lot of time fighting them. Okay, I've got to remember that. The button you press to go to the map doesn't close the map. It, like, cycles between your memos. Okay, is this a new place? Yeah, I've got to remember that again. Oh, sure. That's like the beginner trap. I just find it really funny that there was a gameplay demo that... like a gameplay trailer. Okay, that's new. That had footage of someone doing that. Oh, my health is getting scary low now. Like, not good. Okay, we've got pistol bullets. Yeah, this is one of the annoying things. We'll see this more. But pistol bullets stack in a really weird way. And I believe it's that they don't stack at all. Like, I have 10 bullets there. That stack doesn't become, like, 20 bullets or anything. Which... I've talked to some people about it and some people being against it. But I feel like if I knew how to, that's something I would try and mod into the PC version, is to tone down some of the inventory management stuff. Because I remember some of it being really strict, where it's like, yeah, health items don't stack and bullets don't stack. And I think that's what I would change. Oh, so here's the thing I just remembered, though, is when you come back to the apartment, you heal. At least in this part of the game. So that's why they haven't given me any healing items, probably. Oh, waking up again. Yeah, there we go, see. We heal for just, like, being here. I still like that he doesn't own interest in items. Alright, let's have a look out the window. Oh, yeah, that guy's still... I forget which ones, but some of these are important. I think some of these are just generic people. But I'm pretty sure... the guy you see through your, like, living room window, with the blue shirt, you meet him later on. Woo. Let's have a look, see. There's a little looky-loo. Yep, there he is. Don't know what he's up to. And that woman who's just staring at a window. Whoa, what the fuck was that? What is that guy doing? I want to keep watching him. Oh, is he not going to do it again? Oh, no, wait. Oh, I guess it's like, there's a ladder that goes up into his room? That's weird. Yep. Nothing going on there. Yep, radio's still not working. Let's check out the front. Yep, nothing doing there. What about this hole? It's just a hole inspection game. Just check out some holes. If you don't see anything in the first hole, maybe try the second hole. Yep, okay. Well, we're healed up now. I'm still debating this a bit. I might rotate my save here at this point, yeah. But I'm debating if I do want to look up a guide for some of the later stuff. I know there's stuff where this area becomes slightly hostile, quote unquote. And that makes the game a lot harder if you don't know what you're doing. And there's some stuff you have to do, I think, if you want to get certain endings. So I might do some reading ahead. Alright, let's enter the hole again. Whee! Yeah, well, we're healed up, which is good. And we're here now. Depending on how long this takes, we'll see how long we'll go for. I did end up starting quite late, so maybe not too long. Like, maybe once we're done with the subway world here, which now we're in really messed up subway world now. Hold on, let's see. Oh, that's gonna keep messing me up. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a classic Silent Hill camera angle there. See, there's still some good stuff. I just wish they... I think with because of the way the enemies work and being chased by these guys, maybe they thought tank controls wouldn't be suited for them. But I think you could have just... Oh, yeah, this place is getting real...
Henry, I found the exit. Come to the
Oh, there's loads of doggos now. What's this? Yeah, take the 9 iron. Okay. Interesting. Through the driver's seat window, I can see like, oh, so, hang on. There's a handle missing. Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. I can push them out the way. Oh, wrong button. Oh, I thought that was open. Oh! Okay, you gotta be careful around those guys. It's a vending machine. I wonder what it was vending anyway. Oh, it's a nutrition drink now. Heals your body with supplemental nutrition. Oh, very good. Alright, yeah, just stand there. Don't run up the escalator, whatever you do. Okay, now you can run up. Oh, shit. What? I got hit. Apparently I died. I don't know what hit me. Okay, we didn't get far, to be fair. It's not going back that far. But I thought I was dodging them there. Well, let's see where continue puts me. Because the continue option exists even if you don't save. I've tested it. Oh, okay. That reminds me, I went this way and didn't actually look what was up here. Let's go. Let's check this way first. Okay, more pistol bullets. Yeah, here we go. See, I think this is just a mistake to me. And despite the fact it's the only like PC version that Konami will actually sell you. Oh, there we go. We open up a shortcut. Okay. That might be useful at some point. But yeah, it was a weird choice to me. You know, obviously there are a lot of survival horror games, like, you know, Resident Evil being one of the like big ones that rely on limited inventory. It seemed very weird for Silent Hill to go again, to be different, and then to change. And then change in a really extreme way. Because even in Resident Evil, your bullets stack still.
Henry, I found the exit. Come to the Henry, I found the exit.
Oh, yep. We're wondering what it's vending.
Hurry! Hurry! It's him.
Okay, take our nutrition drink. And then calmly stand here. Okay, yeah, we probably can time it past these. Whoa! Well, I flew up. I still don't know what hit me that first time. Oh, he tried to trick me, too. No, this... Oh. Okay, the way you're facing has an effect on it, for sure. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, where are we now? Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to store some of this. That's one of the things with how much pistol stuff takes up. Oh, that was good. I managed to dodge those guys. But with how much pistols take up, it makes me think they should be really strong. Oh, women's makeup items cover ground. These must be Cynthia's. There's a plate on the door. Remove the plate. Yep, you got the temptation placard. It shows a woman and says temptation. Oh, I've got to figure out what that sound's coming from. Oh yeah, here we go.
Are you okay?
Fucking Henry!
It's just a dream, right?
Oh my god,
I
Henry.
think I drank too much last night.
Oh, 16 to 21.
I never got to do that special favor for you. I feel like I'm dying.
It's okay. It's just a dream.
Though I say, like, the graphical quality in this game is a little lower than Freeze. Some of it, in some places, it still looks really good. And I think in the character models, it really shines. And the animation on them still. Are you okay? Henry, come on. I mean, you still don't know where you are, and as we've noticed, she can't follow us to those tunnel rooms. There's not much you could do, is there? Oh, are we back? Yeah, we woke up. Sleepy man. Sleepy boy, even. Okay, we've not been going for too long.
Cynthia?
See, we didn't really leave, we just woke up. There's not much you can do.
Man, what's that noise out there?
Oh, like, this game's still got some really good parts, but Henry just seems so confused. What the hell? About everything. So blasé. You think that's the canon, is it? That he's not human, he's a robot? Is he Kilroy? Is that his true identity? Kind of surprised how long this is going off. Oh, alien. Maybe. There isn't a UFO ending in this, is there? Alright, let's look out the window. Oh, there we go. There's an ambulance and a police car near the subway entrance. Is it Cynthia? Okay, is there... Yeah, I think that's all you can see there. There's the zoom out. Alright. It's messed up, yo. Still a really strong opening. Despite the weaknesses this game has.
Hurry up and get that ambulance. Quit yapping and move her already. Damn. She's got numbers carved into her chest. I wonder if...
That is Cynthia. It did sound like David Lynch. I wanted a man's loud. What? Cooper, it's good to see you. I just got done voicing for this game by Konami. What? No, they didn't pay me. No, you're right. It did. It. I'm gonna misuse this. It was very Lynchian in nature. Oh, here we go. What's this? There's a scrap of red paper stuck in here. Although the cult... No, I'm not going to keep doing that. Although the cult itself is gone, I'm sure the spirit of it is still alive. There are too many strange things happening in that town. I'm investigating 2 people. Or maybe I should just say 1. I've just about discovered what's going on. April the 8th. Oh. Alright, well, let's have a look-see. Okay, I could be wrong, but I think there's more handprints now. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There is 16. I could be wrong, but I think there was 15 before. Okay, anything to check here? Aline! Aline! Nope. Wait. Oh, my cat's making noises again. I might have to see if I can get her on mic, because... it's making it less spooky in here. Okay, is that it? She just walks off? Okay. Okay, well... while I'm here... let's put some stuff away. Let's put that away, and... oh, I missed the golf club this time. Okay. Well, we'll just do that for now. Yep, still just noise. And we'll do some more save rotates. Alright. Guess we just have to check the hole out again. hole's getting bigger. Oh, it's a curvy hole now. Yeah, we'll keep going. I haven't been going too long. Oh, hey, new area. Straight up. So yeah, again, waking up. Again, that's the theme. You're always like waking up into areas. We have a map, kind of. Yeah, I will say that is a plus of this game. Maybe some people. Oh, hang on, can't read this writing. There's writing there. Oh yeah, I can kind of see it. That because of the weird setup, it allows them to do very different looking environments and not have to worry too much about connecting them together or having a logical path through them. That just made it's really random. That made me think of Metal Gear Solid. Oh, we got a new hole. We won't go in there yet. Let's see what the map of this area is like. Okay. Alright. So yeah, completely different area now. Oh, I don't know what the fuck that was. Oh yeah. Forgot those guys can make me go. Oh, these things are not a little hard to hit. There we go. The thing is, I've been running through a lot, like, you know, not using resources and things like that. But I don't want to miss too much stuff. Oh, these guys are a pain. I've heard that sound effect too in something. I think they must have used more sound libraries for, like, monster sounds in this. Good stomp, though. Good stomp. Still got hit. Damn it. Oh, these guys are really aggressive. Okay. It's good to check the map because the camera... Yeah, the camera's a bit weird. The camera angles don't feel as deliberate for the most part. Yeah! Smack him. That is a good sound. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, this is a very different area for Silent Hill. But it's cool. Okay. I like there's a little car on the map. But yeah, you don't have to go and find maps anymore. That I can see, that was a change maybe people moaned about, saying, oh, I missed the maps and things like that. But I always wanted it that the protags would draw their own maps until they found the big ones. Oh, hey, we've got some lighting still. Because that's a big thing that's missing from this, is there's no, It's stopped with a brake pedal engaged. There are all sorts of things scattered on the sea. Among the trash is a scrap of paper with something written on it. It's been a while since I came to Silent Hill. Maybe I'll meet the devil this time. But whenever I come to a cool place like Silent Hill, I always get real thirsty. Jasper again. There's a memo pad in there too. I'm not sure what that nosy guy meant when he said, his home is an orphanage in the middle. The lake is northwest, so the opposite is southeast. The nosy guy said one other thing I don't understand. If you bring the dug-up key, you can't go back. Put it away somewhere before you return there. I think this game, much like Silent Hill 3, might also use dynamic noise effect, where it's harsher and lighter in certain scenes. But I'm not sure. But I think it changes. Oh.
So you came to investigate this stone too. There was another guy here before, a real nosy guy. But I was the one who found the stone first. In the old days, natives called it Nakihona. They used it in a ceremony for talking with their dead ancestors. And now those guys are using it too. Call it the Mother Stone. They're just up ahead in that weird building, operating some kind of crazy religious cult. They used to collect orphans and did things to them. Kind of gives you the chills, huh? This stone.
And that's also like a very different thing to Silent Hill. Like, you would see some people during gameplay, but not very often. Like, mostly that was in like Silent Hill 2, pretty much, where you would see characters, and mainly it was just Maria. This rock is creepy somehow. Oh, yeah, I've got to learn the buttons there. That'll take me a while. Alright, yep, another nutrition drink. But I just mean in general, like, it's very rare. Normally there'd be a cutscene for meeting someone, you know? But you just come here and this guy just... You press a button on him and he just starts talking.
Ceremony for talking to the dead.
Whoa. That was a weird one. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. It's because in some parts of the game, in some, like, it's very common in games from this era that triangle made you go back, or pressing the same button you press to open a menu would make you exit that menu. Oh shit. The fuck are those? There's still that's okay. The fact there's still a lot of that. What what is that? What am I looking at in this game? That's a good sign. Oh, okay, yeah, things are getting intense now. Oh, camera. Yeah, see, I remember hearing about this, that the camera isn't as tuned. Okay. Silent Hill Smile Support Society, Wish House. That's the orphanage run by the cult, huh? Okay. Looks like graffiti drawn by a kid. I don't know why, something, it feels a bit messed up to call it graffiti when it's like a very young child that's done it. But at the same time, if a young child's done it, how did they get this butterfly up so high? Because it's, look how high up it is. But a child did it. Go up on someone's shoulders, I guess. Is there anything to get there? Yeah, but look, I'm an adult and it's hard for me to reach that high up. It must have been like 3 or 4 kids sitting on each other's shoulders. Okay, well, we won't go this way yet. I just wanted to check if that door was open or not. Let's see, 2 hours, okay. Must be some kinds of kids' toys. Oh, it could be adult toys, you don't know. Because my low health, I will go back. I just want to check the doors. But I'm guessing they're all open. Okay, this place is opening up a lot more than the last place, which fair enough. There's weird writing here too. But yeah, we can't read it. No spoilers, but I know we come back to that stuff at some point. So weird, thinking about it, that you start this game. There's no flashlight. It's so weird because it was such a staple of the series of like, yeah, you find a radio, you find a flashlight, and you just don't in this. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do then? Where's the hole? I need it. Where's the hole? Here we go. Go back for now so we can heal, and I'm definitely gonna drop some stuff off. Wakey wakey. Alright, let's have a look, see. So, I think we're going to do this every time, because I don't know how many unique things there are to see. I do know at some point, some of the characters you meet, you can see them sleeping. Wish you could zoom in, but I get why you can't. Because, you know, they've designed the assets to be seen from a certain distance away and all that. Oh.
Help me! Help! Let me out of here!
There's something going on in this room.
What do you mean?
I heard weird noises coming from inside there.
Help!
Hey, Richard, can you see anything from your window?
No.
Everything looks pretty normal to me. The guy who lives here, what's he like anyway?
I know his name and face, but that's about it.
Well, I'm gonna go call the super.
Yeah, good idea.
Damn it. They can't hear me.
Can't hear me. It's good though. Okay, let's just have a look-see around. Yeah, we've tapped out the fridge. Let's check out a little hole of glory. I'm trying to figure out what that sound could be. I think it's coming through. I hope my noise canceller isn't messing with it. Okay, I'm definitely going to put some stuff away because we're starting to fill up. Oh yeah, need to put that away. Don't know even when we're going to use that. Put one of those away and one of those away. Because health drinks right now are mainly going to be for emergencies because I know I can always come back here to heal. Alright, well yeah. So yeah, that guy with the blue shirt, he's normally in that one there. And obviously he's out right now, so we don't see him. Alright. Yeah, unfortunately, nothing new. Just that little bit at the door. We'll go for a little bit longer. I don't know if I'm going to go through the whole of the forest world here. But we'll do a bit more. Oh, I will get something. I will get something. There was mention of a guy being really thirsty. And I might have something for him. There we go. We might need that at some point. Alright, going back in. Into the hole. It is still really creepy, this game. I know there's some horror aspects that aren't as good, but there's still some really good stuff in here. Like, I've mentioned some of the sound design is a bit off, like some of the creature noise choices, and there's one coming up later on that's really silly, but I won't spoil that. I know you know about it, Clarice, but you know, for anyone who comes in. But the music and kind of environmental sound stuff, that's still really good. Okay, well let's see, can we get into this building? Nope, it's locked. Okay. Alright, well we have multiple ways to go here. I'm guessing it's kind of thing of if I need to go back, I'll come back to the central hub now, instead of the more linear stuff we were doing earlier. Alright. Ah, these guys again. I don't want to bash on this game too much, just because it was the last game that Team Silent worked on, and the last game I think you could earnestly say was authentic in its execution. But there is... Again, there are little bits where you can see where it doesn't do as good as the others. And I would say, like, creatures so far, we've not seen a great selection. Like, ignoring the ghost human people. You know, we've seen the dogs, which are okay. They're a little goofy, and these things. But I know there's some better ones later on. Okay. Don't know if we have to deal with respawning enemies or anything like that in this one. Oh, okay, this is a dead end. You know what? It's not the same one. But I think this skybox texture is very similar to the one that was used as the bait, like whatever they used for the basis for the skybox at the beginning of Silent Hill 2, when you're in the Overlook Pass. Yeah, you took a look at Lake, which makes sense because this is like the further outside of the town, so it makes sense that the upper body is made as, was it some kind of goddess? Take the portable medical kit. Oh, okay, I got a big medical kit now. Someone, yeah, I can't read this. Yep, can't read that. Was that just it? Just a medical kit? It's interesting there's another portal here, because it's not that far away from the last one. And I can't read this stuff yet. From what I understand, you can't really, like, go into one hole and come out a different one. But it does remember what hole you use to come in with. So we'll just go back for now. There's no point going back to the apartment yet. And it is interesting in how it's different. It's, like, in some ways it is more of an action game, this one. Like, admittedly, Silent Hill always had better combat for like 3D tank control survival horror game, just because there was more mobility and weapon option and attack options. Though this plays different in the controls, it does feel like maybe that was the goal. Of like, oh, we're going to try and more focus on combat, or because I'm trying to run away from some enemies, and some of it's quite unavoidable. Alright, let's check this way. Not 100% sure where we're going right now. Just gotta kind of look around and see what we could do. But I think that's maybe why they they're not using tank controls, so they're trying not to shift the camera around too much, but then we don't get as many interesting camera angles. There's still some. Heck, when we were... Oh, hang on. Sorry about that. Hang on. When we were in the subway, there was that turn. That camera angle there specifically was... Oh. Well. You almost can't see him. Okay, let's look at this area. Another hole. There's a lot of holes in this place. It's too dark to see, and we'll never get a flashlight. Oh shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, this isn't a cutscene. Oh, that's cool. That is cool, though it's kind of reminding me how much the later Silent Hill games kind of copied this concept of chasing a kid around. Because that's just... Well, that's most of Homecoming, is they do this. And Downpour as well. And heck, I think in Downpour that they even make the kids look like this guy. With the same haircut and everything.
Little boy, what are you doing here?
you're finally the third revelation. Something's gonna happen. That nosy guy that was here, he said it too. Something big is gonna happen. Finally, it's gonna happen!
No, he's having fun. Alright. Let's have a look around this place. Keep hitting the wrong button. Sorry, that's just going to keep happening for a while. Alright, okay, so we're in graveyard now. Still can't read this writing. Not much to do about in this room. Maybe just the one room back there. There is a point. I know there's a point where the writing. Okay, here's stuff going Swans. Yeah. But I do want to mention that there's already been references to the cult, and I always find it weird. You see a lot of people act like, oh, Silent Hill 4, that's like a side story. It's its own thing, and it's, you know, not involving the cult stuff. It's like, no, it isn't. It's like very early on they start talking about the cult. There's a bit of confusion, obviously, because in Silent Hill 3 there's a memo talking about this place, and they call it Hope. They call it Hope House. But in this game, it was translated to Wish House instead. Oh, okay. Well, we're not getting in there. Log from the other side, though, usually means we can go around, so... I guess we're going back, but yeah, can't check any of these gravestones. Sadly, nothing. The grave has been dug here. On the bottom of the coffin, the numbers 11121. Though I know that's supposed to be 11 of 1. See if we can get a better camera angle on it. There we go. Yeah, 11 to 21. Yeah. Still don't know fully what's going on here. But again, that's Silent Hill. It takes a bit. I don't know how long, how far away we are from getting to that part, because once we get to the more what's going on here, as much as there's some like changes and stuff, there are some characters and concepts in this game that I really like. Oh, I'm gonna keep doing that. Sorry, that might just go throughout the whole playthrough, like when I played Silent Hill 3 and kept trying to use the Silent Hill 2 map controls. And I've just never adjusted the whole time. Okay, let me remember. Which door haven't I checked? Okay, that one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, there's a lot of dogs there. I don't know if you're intended to try and fight them all, but that is a lot of enemies to try and fight. Yeah, in some places this game looks really good. It's weird how many of these rooms are empty. But maybe knowing that you come back here. I do think it's a shame they didn't do more interesting camera stuff though. If you see that jolt there, that's me pressing like the alternative camera button. It's what you press where you want to try and see a different camera angle. Because the right stick just does this. Kind of like what would happen if you held the camera button in the other Silent Hill games. Alright. Okay, just a little room here. Oh god, that... Now I'm coming up from the ground. Oh man, thank god it's just a tree root. Oh, feed the beast, huh? Not unleash the beast. Yep, more weird writing. Still more. Not too. Oh, if you weren't here when we met a kid, and I mentioned how oh, weird. Okay. Well, let's just enter the hole. We met with a kid, and Jesper showed up again. He was like, "Oh, it's the third revelation," and he was real excited. I don't know. That's just something the Western Silent Hills really liked for some reason. Was like, oh, creepy kids, because they kept doing it. It's a bit weird with Downpour though, because Downpour. I've said it before, but it's a game with no original ideas, and that might sound harsh, but it's like no, that game is Silent Hill 2's like premise, like ad-libbed with bits from like all the Western Silent Hill games in terms of like mechanics and design, and then a bunch of stuff taken from other Western horror games like Condemned and The Suffering, which is so weird. It's like, okay, you know, you've been hired by Konami, and you've got yourself in a place where you're working on new Silent Hill games, and it's this franchise that's, you know, made by Japanese devs, and it feels very weird to be like, oh, we're going to continue the series, but all our main inspiration are going to be these Western games that have very like Western design in terms of their horror aspect and their gameplay and scares and oh. I want to see 80s horror film people design a game like that. That's kind of what The Suffering is, actually. Because, I forget his name. Some really famous creature monster designer who worked on films did the monster designs for that game. They're very on the nose, I will say, but they are pretty good. I could be wrong, but it's like maybe the guy who did design like the Alien or Predator, like one of the two. I know also there's like Clive Barker's Jericho, which was like a first-person shooter horror. It might have been Geiger. I could be wrong though, but some guy that did a lot of creature designs in movies worked on The Suffering, which I think they spent a lot of money on, and there was a time where Midway got into this really bad trend where they would spend a lot of money licensing and getting collaborations with certain people that really didn't pay off. Like, you know, the whole Stranglehold and, you know, getting John Woo and Chow Yun Fat involved, and that game not selling what it needed to for them. But funny enough, like I think it was Devon Shatsky. I could be wrong. It was either him or someone else. Was, you know, worked on that game and then made Downpour, which is like not that different of a you know, it's like, oh, it's Prisoner and he's tormented by prison visions, and it has the same it's done slightly different, but it has a similar thing going on where there's the whole question of like, oh, maybe he's the killer and he's not the killer. I do have a question. This is a question. I know you're a lady, Clarice, so you can help me here. But when you're sitting on your own, in like, you know, you're on your own like this, as far as you know, do you still sit cross-legged like this when you're wearing a skirt or something? Like, do you? Or do you just not care and you just like spread in? well, not the repeatedly part, not like constantly unfolding them. I just mean in general, if you're sitting around and no one knows you're there, do you even bother? Also, like, what life is this? Just like, how bored must you be? It's like all you can do is sit there and cross your legs. Okay, how's our inventory doing? Not much going on. Let's have a look here. Just double check to see if we can do anything. Might not go for too much longer, but I want to make sure I know what I'm doing before I stop. Because I don't want to start new streams like, hey, we're just gonna wander around for an hour. So let's try and figure out how we get out of this. Oh, you're talking about Lynch, and you remind me. I want to see that clip. I don't know the context of it, but it's some clip of him where he's swearing, and he talks about a massive load and how much of a burden it is. I don't know what the context of that clip is, but I need to see it again. Oh, hey, that guy's still there. Oh, he hit me. Oh, he's giving me the rumbles. I can't cross my leg. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to have like a pretty high desk to be able to. Oh, there's that sound again. So yeah, at this point now, I don't actually know where we're supposed to be going. What's going on with this tree? I do think the noise filter kind of helps the visuals of this game. We'll see, but I'm tempted to turn them off just for a sec. Oh yeah, this room's dangerous. Okay, well... Where do we go from here? Is this... Oh! There we go.
The door won't open. That nosy guy gave me something really good. I could let you have it, but not for free. I'm really thirsty.
Oh, really thirsty.
I'm so thirsty. Oh, chocolate. Oh, chocolate.
I mean, I've been there. I could be wrong. I think this is Vincent's actor from Silent Hill 3. Here we go. Oh, he loves it.
Man, that was awesome. Here, take this. There's something
asshole
written on it.
Couldn't even pass it to me. There you go. He's just going to keep drinking the milk now. It's a small spade with a bloody inscription. Opposite where the lake and house meet. Inside the hand holding onto the ground. Okay, well I know where that is. Alright, Yep, he's just gonna... He was really thirsty. He wasn't lying. Okay. So... Funny enough, that's where I just came from. That's... yeah, it's this way. Gotta get that chalky milk. If anyone didn't understand what was up with my image for today's stream, I was hoping we'd get to that part, at least, today. Yeah, I think the tree was this way. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Oh, whoever did the Foley for this scene had a lot of fun. They're like, no, use all the audio I got. Rusted and bloody key. Inscribed on it is, the holder of this key will wander for eternity. Okay. Hold on. There we go. Again, the camera being very different in this game. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Huh. Oh, okay. This is a puzzle. I know what's going on here. I believe later on this becomes more of a thing. You have to do this a lot. I know what this is here. Okay, we'll do this. This puzzle. And then we'll see what happens. So yeah, so while I am playing the PlayStation 2 version, I will mention I did see some posts. So the PC version you know, got put on Good Old Games maybe like 2 years ago. And although I think I don't remember if they did all the patches for it or if you still had to find fan patches, because there were some fixes you would need to fix some stuff. I think it's like partly an artistic choice, but there's some cutscenes later on in the game, I think, that run at like 10 frames per second. And I think some people don't like it, and there's a way to turn it off. But the PC version apparently was... We've referenced it once, but there's stuff that can haunt, quote unquote, this apartment later on. And the PC version, but this is the original PC version as well, this is all PC versions, was missing 2 of them. And I was seeing a post. There we go. And put that away, because we don't need it right now. That mentioned that they actually are in the code. It's an actual bug is why they don't show up. So it could be fixed in a patch. Oh man, this is a shithole, this place. This bugs chasing you through the corridors. No, it's kind of subtle. I don't know if you could tell that the that bug sound it was like a toned down version of the enemies that have been chasing us. So yeah, we'll do this. This is a pretty obvious, now that I think about it, puzzle here of, hey, again, I think it's more of a teaching moment of just hey, go back to the apartment and leave stuff. I think this gets like really involved later on, where you have to put items down in the nightmare and then come in here and swap stuff as well. Hopefully it doesn't get too tedious, but I do remember hearing about some of that. Alright, I guess that monster's just... whatever's making that sound is just going to keep making that sound every time I walk through there. Which, you know, good for them. If they want to go... oh! That's fine. Woof. A lot more aggressive in this game. But again, if anyone was curious about it, look how long it's been since Silent Hill 4 was put out on Good Old Games, and we've not had any other Silent Hill on there. And I don't think it's on Good Old Games. People are still in denial about it, but I'm 100% sure it's legal issues, because otherwise, like, why haven't they re-released them? Even hypothetically, Konami didn't have any PC version data on file, it's not that hard to find. It's like, so yeah. But again, I don't know if there's other issues in the PC version. So, and plus I have this version, and you know, I'm lucky enough to have this one, because even though it is the one that's like looked down, it's probably like the least regarded of the originals. There we go. It is still, it went up in price just like the other ones. I think even more so. I think this one is like actually worth more than Silent Hill 3 in some places for some reason. Which is weird, because I would insist it's the best of the PlayStation 2 ones. Yep, let's just keep going through here. Yeah, simple puzzle. A little annoying with just the loading though. Alright, yep, he's still milking it up. Use the rusted bloody key. Oh, look at that, it's gone. I wonder what was going on here. Ah, that old trick. The weird second footprints. Oh, that's why. He came in.
I wonder what they did here.
Fucking scared me, dude. It doesn't, but, you know, you're having to go between... Scribble note. Have you found Alyssa yet? How is Walter's progress coming along? Again, it's not a side story. Like, it's directly mentioning Alyssa and the cult, and like, oh, here's this orphanage the cult run. It's a child's drawing. Let's just see the layout here quickly. Not much info. Again, we don't have the full details, but some of that stuff gets more important as we go along. It's falling apart. I can't even read most of the pages. Here's the part I can read. The second sign. And God said, offer the blood of the 10 sinners and the white oil. Be then released from the bonds of the flesh and gain the power of heaven. From the darkness and void bring forth gloom, and gird thyself with despair for the giver of wisdom. The third sign, and God said, return to the source through sin's temptation. Under the watchful eye of the demon, wander alone in the formless chaos. Only then will the four atonements be in alignment. It's like, oh, yeah, this game is like so deep in. No, just wanted to check. I don't know, it's weird. I've seen multiple people, including, like, I'm not going to name specific names, but, like, lead Western developers who worked on Silent Hill games, saying that, oh, Silent Hill 4 is not, like, that important. There's a plate on the door. Remove the plate. Got the source placard. It shows a baby and says source. You know, we might be done with this area. Oh shit.
I finally met him! The one the nosy guy talked about! The devil!
Oh, it's a fucked up way to go. That's... oh, that's messed up.
A special news report. In a forest near Silent Hill, the burned corpse of a 30-year-old male was discovered earlier today. The police have ruled it a homicide and are investigating. The numbers 17121 were reportedly carved into the man's body. Due to the marks on the victim, the police are investigating possible links to the Walter Sullivan case.
Ah, there we go. Alright, fins are starting to heat up. This will be a good place to stop it, I think. Let's just have another looky-loo. Loo! I imagine, like, what actually exists outside this window is not very far. I should look it up. I don't think anyone's ever done any video taking this game apart to show, like, oh, what assets exist outside of the bounds. I know she says there's another one, sadly. Oh, someone's at the door. Come on in!
This is the superintendent. Are you in there, Henry?
Help me! There's something wrong with this room! Help! Let me out of here!
Oh, man,
is anybody home?
I can't imagine how this feels. I'm like bashing on your door and just no one can hear you, even if they're like right outside.
What's going on here?
Oh yeah, there is a new handprint. Well, there you go. I think you're hearing that weird noise, by the way. I'll have to look into that. I think that's an issue with my mixer.
That's strange. It's the right key. sure I heard something in there. Yeah. That sound. It's the same one as back then.
We'll say there is a lot of people talking to themselves in this game. Yeah. Nothing doing there. Okay. Alright, we'll just do our last little checks. We'll check our holes. Remember, kids, always check your holes. Yeah. The landlord knows there's something wrong with this room, but rented it anyway. See, this is the Silent Hill that's most true to life. It's the most authentic one. Henry's a real person. This is just what people sound like, and we're the weirdos, the ones who emote and can feel stuff. Anything to see here? Doesn't look like it. TV. Yep, power's blown.
Are you yearning for that special place to spend quality time with your loved one? Do you need to relax and get away from it all? Come to Silent Hill for the ultimate peaceful getaway.
That was nice. Oh yeah, here we go. I remember reading this was here. I got this photo from Sunderland, the superintendent. I heard his son and daughter-in-law disappeared in Silent Hill a few years back. I wonder who that's about. Yeah, because I think when you examine it earlier, he doesn't mention. So yeah, Silent Hill 4 apparently messes with timeline stuff. But I was talking to people about timeline stuff, and it's like, well, if you consider Silent Hill 4, they say that Silent Hill 2 was not that long ago. Because, like, they're... You know... They're talking about some events happening, like, not that long ago. I forget, did we check this hole? I always forget if I've checked a hole before or not. Yeah, not much going on there. What? What is up with you, Aline? Is that all you do? Yeah, let's just sort my inventory because I'll forget to do it if I don't do it now. There we go. Put those plates away. And yeah, we'll stop here. It is interesting coming to this as a game where I've seen a lot of the subway world and I've seen the final boss and not much else of this game. It's one of those weird things. I feel like there's a lot of games sometimes where you see people play it for a while and then they put it down and they put it down for so long that they just end up restarting the game, and I think that's what happened. So the people I saw who did keep playing this game just kept starting it and then forgetting where they are or losing their progress. You know, like, heck, I was going through my PlayStation 2 memory cards I still have, and I realized that there's saves that I swore I had save files for games. I just don't. They're gone. They're in the ether. Something in the ether, as Lynch does. He does this. He talks about things in the ether, in the waves, in the zeitgeist. He does that. It's like, All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming. Anyone who enjoys chocolate milk, just in general, thank you. This was still cool though. We'll see how it goes. It is a shame playing this because you see there's a lot that they changed in this game that I wouldn't say it was 100%, but I can feel it that some of the changes I think were very direct responses to critical reception to Silent Hill 3, where critics said, "Oh, the gameplay's barely changed," which is not even that accurate because it is still refined. It's refined, but it's not different. It's refined on Silent Hill 2. But complaints are, "Oh, it's not changed," and it still uses tank controls, and it doesn't have a HUD, and so there was this weird desire of like, well, let's change it dramatically, and and done in such a quick state of like, oh, we're gonna do this game during Silent Hill 3's development, but not those devs because they're making Silent Hill 3, and then a bunch of them left because they were done. They were like, no, we're done with Silent Hill. It's over. Well, again, I don't like to. Well, this is not even fans. I don't think fans were looking at Silent Hill 3 and saying, "Oh, we want these changes." I get the feeling this was a critical thing, and I don't like to harp on it too much because I think there's this bad stereotype of, game reviewers are very out of touch with what the general audience likes and things like that. Because I think that's that's generalizing, and it's coming from a space where it's like, but you yourself don't represent the average. Like, if you average out gamer opinions, the people saying that, you don't even represent them. You're still in a weird niche. So, for all you know, critics could actually have opinions that fit more with general people. But I do notice sometimes that some critical reception, it's not a specific problem with individual reviewers. I think it's more an industry problem where there's deadlines and the websites had to have every game reviewed, and they still kind of do. I think that's slowly phasing out, but there was deadlines, and you had to have people reviewing them, and people could only play through a game once, and sometimes reviewers were being assigned games that they had no interest in or experience. And like a lot of the time there'll be people who will review Silent Hill, and it's like, yeah, they like Silent Hill, but they'll only play it the one time when they have to review it, and that's it. Or maybe not even that. So then they will come out and say, well, I don't really like the way these games control and things like that. It reminds me of there weren't many reviews of the HD collection. I think most people, before it came out, saw all the previews and saw the development hell, and they're like, oh no, this is going to come out, it's going to be bad, it's going to be busted, don't touch this. But a few places gave it very positive reviews, and those reviews, not many, it's like 3. And even one of them is like not actually that positive. And even the ones that are positive, 90% of the positivity is not actually reviewing the HD collection, it's just reviewing the original games. Which is like, well, that's not the point. Like, the point, like, that would be a retrospective review. And yeah, like, a part of the review should be how well does these old bits hold up. But a lot of those reviews, most of them were like, don't actually talk about how this is they don't review it as a HD port. Some of them, like, just straight up was like, they made no comparisons to the original games in any way. They were like, I think the Game Informer one specifically, I remember, is horrendous. And I think people knew it because there's also like not many comments on those reviews. When I found them, and this was years after the fact, by the way, but when I found them, I was expecting, unless they've been deleted, of course, I was expecting them to be flooded with comments of people saying, hey, you're being assholes, and, claiming of being brought off and things like that, but, talking about how bad those reviews are. But I think everyone just knew that they were like, well, we're not even going to bother to tell these people because, like, if they're beyond help. But I think it was like Game Informer, GameSpot, and IGN all gave it a really positive review. 90% of their review was just saying, hey, Silent Hill 2 and 3 are good. Which is like, well, you're not reviewing Silent Hill 2 and 3, you're reviewing the HD collection. And only one of them mentioned how bad the bugs were, but only mentioned it as like a minor issue. When it's not a minor issue, it ruins the whole experience. But part of that, I think, is you look at the people reviewing them, and I don't think they were specifically people who are like, you mentioned like the YouTuber and streamer thing. People who do that stuff and will go in to make reviews even of them themselves have the freedom, the individuality to focus on, well, I review these games. I don't review games. I talk about these games, and I can play them at my leisure, and I don't have to worry about the publisher who makes them, though some do, because, nowadays it's quite commonplace for streamers and YouTubers to be given advance copies to make reviews. Though I think they're given a bit, depending, because some are still dodgy, but some tend to give more freedom. Some publishers are weird, where they just give some streamers a code, and they're like, no, you don't have to make a review. I got a bit Michael Caine there. You don't have to make a review. You don't have to say, you can say whatever you want, basically. Heck, like Vinny Finesource seems to get a copy of the Call of Duty game every year, and he'll sometimes like them, but the majority of him playing them is him making fun of them. But they keep giving him the keys anyway, so I don't know. But that approach lets people have that time of like, hey, I review these types of games. I know them like the back of my hand. You can be a specialist. And unfortunately, the traditional game reviewer outlet doesn't let you do that. So I think that's why you end up with the weird critical reception of Silent Hill 3, which is a better game than Silent Hill 2. If you want to argue about its story and things like that, that's subjective, whatever. But I think like mechanically and design and things like that, it is improved on 2, because 2 is, though it's like the controls are a bit better, like mechanically it's a bit of a backstep because there's less weapons and enemies, and it's quite a simpler game, and you have to play on hard for there to be a challenge. But then when you play on hard, the bosses are broken and all that jazz. And one thing I will say is there was a lot of survival horror burnout by this time, and unfortunately it was Capcom's fault. Though there was some others to blame, but Capcom, when Resident Evil got really big in the latter days of the PlayStation 1, they were just like, okay, this series is big, just go. Title. Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil Code Veronica X, Outbreak, multiple gun survivors. Like, keep putting these Resident Evil remake, and we'll do a prequel as well, Resident Evil 0. They struck the iron while it was hot, and so hot that there was some amazing Resident Evil games, but they put too money out. They weren't sharing advancements, so it was very common that you would play one Resident Evil game and it would have some new mechanical improvement. Like, there's mechanics in Resident Evil 3 that are improvements, and then you go play Code Veronica, and then it's like, oh, those are gone now. But then there'll be some advancement in Code Veronica, and then you go play Resident Evil 0, and they're gone again. Because none of those developers were sharing anything. They were all they seem to be mostly isolated, and aside from like executive producers trying to keep the canon all together, it was just spreading themselves too thin and putting too much out. And to be frank, Capcom, they've kind of reined it back a bit, but they're on the verge of doing it again, because after Resident Evil 7 did pretty well for them, and then Remake 2 did really well, Then they were like, oh, remake 3 out in a year, and new 8, and we're going to keep doing remakes and putting them out quick as possible. And they've kind of darted back on that. Though they've also done the whole like, oh, we're going to put weird multiplayer modes into our games and all that. Well, they've ruined Street Fighter multiple times. But also, I think at the time, and I think as well, like Capcom were putting out other survival horror games that weren't Resident Evil. And then everyone else, like there were a lot of other survival horror games coming out of everyone. So I think people got to the time it's just like, oh, there's all these games and they all play the same. And it's like, well, yes and no. And also, you know, if you can't tell the difference, you shouldn't be reviewing them. And just because there's an overabundance of them, it doesn't mean that this one, even if it's the peak of it, has a problem. And unfortunately, that's seemed to be where critics landed on it, of just, you know, because their impression is built more around what is their opinion of games in a broader sense. And admittedly, a lot of game reviews are written for the gamer who looks at games as a broader sense. You know, when you go to an IGN or a GameSpot, or you read magazines back in the day and you were reading those reviews, you weren't reading them because you were like, oh, I need the hottest Silent Hill news. You were reading them because you just needed game news, you know? You need game news, you need game reviews, and things like that. And obviously, you know, there's part of the issues with this game. You can blame Konami as well. It's very easy to blame Konami, but there are admittedly issues with how they were handling stuff. Masahiro Ito came out. I always say his name wrong. Masahiro Ito came out a few years ago and talked about how Silent Hill 3, when it was first in like early production, Konami were like, make it, I think it was going to be like a rail shooter or something like that. Really crazy. And all the developers who were working on it hated it. They were like, this is terrible. This is not what we should be doing. And eventually they were able to argue enough. You know, because Silent Hill 2 wasn't actually that financially successful originally, despite the fact it's like critically acclaimed now. It did not get that positive reception originally. So I think Konami didn't know what to do, and that's why they kind of were like throwing anything at the wall and see what sticks. And no, the core team managed to wrestle that back with 3. They also were like, well, we also think this series is done. You know, this is what we've told the story we want to tell. But obviously, even though Silent Hill wasn't like a huge sales series for them, Konami probably still thought there was something to get out of it. So they did have Silent Hill 4 developed at the same time and have this less experienced team do it that have to, you know, try and break all the conventions. And that's why this game ends up a bit weird. But like, there's still some really good atmosphere stuff in there. And though the camera angles in general aren't as good, there's still some good use of it. And though I'll admit, I was saying this stream, we did not see amazing monster designs. I know there are some really good ones coming up. It feels like I'm kind of having to to defend this game a bit. I've been like, hey, calm down. But it's such a weird game, but it's interesting to talk about because of that. But yeah, I got a bit rambly there, but I had a lot to say that I couldn't really say while I was playing, and good to reflect on after we were done. But yeah, I think we're gonna end things here. I'm not sure. I'm still sorry about this. I don't really have a schedule, but I think I need, once I've got more of an audience that I know, here's when they want to watch me, here's when people are available, things like that, I can get more into figuring out when to do it. But also with personal life stuff, sometimes I can't set stuff. I was actually, I wanted to do Silent Hill 4 earlier. Like, I was wanting to start on the weekend and things kept happening. And then it's like, oh, by the time I'm actually free to stream, it's like 1 a.m. and late for me. And no, it's late now. It's like, I don't want to start that late because then I'd be streaming until like 6 a.m. and I don't want to do that. But we'll come back to this. We've still got Max Payne 2 to finish. I don't know how many parts that is, but we're on part 3, so we'll go back to that. But we'll come back to this regularly. and see how it is. I think I've decided now. I was thinking about it this stream. I think when we get to the haunting part, I think I am going to try and find some guides and FAQs. Probably some like spoiler-free one where it will just tell me, oh, here's what you do in the hauntings to make sure you can still heal in the apartment and you can get the best endings and whatnot. You banned peculiar ASMR. Now I'm curious. Now I want to see what peculiar ASMR is. What's peculiar about it? I mean, I've told you about some of the weird ass fucking ASMR that sometimes crops up on YouTube. Fair enough. ASMR guy with itchy rash tries to borrow some cream from you. ASMR. Weird. Why is it called ASMR if it does that? That's not ASMR. All right. Well, thank you for checking out the bots. Yeah, Twitch is weird. I know, like, Twitch bots are weird. That's what I'm learning. Like, Twitch, okay, Twitch is Twitch. All these weird bot stuff, I was not expecting that. Just never hear about it. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming. I know people dipped in and out. And I know it's Silent Hill 4, so it doesn't bring in the big numbers like some of the others did. But we'll keep at it. And maybe we'll see new games come into the rotation, maybe not. But thank you everyone for coming. I was Johnny Baghead, your host. Hope you enjoyed the show. Sadly, my cat's not snoring anymore, so I can't put her on the mic so you can hear it. Nah, she's chilling now. So, and I don't have chocolate milk with me. Sadly, I might get that sorted for next stream. We might have a chocolate milk. Drinking ASMR, tingle, relaxing. Stranger measures you on the train. It's not a fetish, I swear. That's normal ASMR. That person like awkwardly stutters and measures you on a train with a tape measure. That's normal, I swear. That's not weird. That's not weird at all. It's not weird. It's not weird at all. It's not weird.